Happy New Year everyone, unless you're watching this later in 2017, and if you have, is World War III broken out yet? Has Trump been exposed as an alien beaver from outer space? Or do we even still exist? Well, today, if you still exist, I want to talk about art, and how to improve and develop as an artist. Firstly, I just want to clear up how we all have to start somewhere. No one started as an amazing SFMer, musician or author. It doesn't really matter what you're trying to do. No one was amazing at first. Unless you're Russian or Korean, like, holy shit. Personally, I started out by making some simple photo manipulations, and using Photoshop to do so. One day, the idea struck me to try and create some art of my then favourite game, Team Fortress 2. I found this site called Loadout.tf, and if you've ever used it, you would know it's kind of like a simplified SFM. It's built for referencing loadouts or testing out cosmetics to see if they actually look good before you buy them in-game. And I decided to apply some of my Photoshop knowledge that I had gained to these silly Loadout.tf pictures, and I ended up making stuff like this. Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it was a start. Yes, granted, they weren't amazing. However, this is what got me to start making a real TF2 artwork. Eventually progressing to downloading SFM and applying some of my Photoshop knowledge there as well. I kept practicing and I started to progress more and more, and I did this by watching tutorials on YouTube. Not exactly copying the tutorial completely, but adapting what I learned to create my own styles. This helped me create some unique stuff as I just picked up more advanced techniques after every tutorial I watched, and I could adapt these new techniques to create new stuff. See, now we have to fast forward a few months to present day. I now have over 300 hours on SFM and probably over 1,000 in Photoshop, and I've gone from creating stuff like this to slightly less bad stuff like this. Yeah, it's a mild improvement, I have to say, but it's one that took a long time to make. I spent time adapting and evolving my style to become better. See, the effort you put into your work will always be shown in the outcome. So keep trying and keep putting in that effort to make something you're proud of. See, I have to warn you, it's gonna be frustrating. No matter what type of art you're creating, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna feel sometimes like you should be better, and it's gonna annoy you. However, don't be so harsh on yourself. I strongly believe you should base your opinion on your art on your art. Don't go comparing yourself to other more experienced artists and feel rough because you're not as good. It's really never going to help you. I assure you, if you stay and practice your craft, that you will progress. Always keep that positive mindset of, this piece is going to be my best so far, and you will notice the difference. I've found that some of my best pieces I've gone into being happy, upbeat and optimistic, and it always ends up with being some of my best pieces. However, if you instead feel shitty and bad about creating your work, you really won't do very well, and the outcome is just going to make you frustrated. See, it's always a good thing to look up at other artists that are better than you while seeking inspiration. However, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't think, oh, I'm never going to be as good as them, they're so much better than me and I'll never be as good. Instead go into it thinking, I'm going to be as good as them. I'm going to practice and I'm going to get on their level. And do go practice, because if you beat yourself up about how you're not good enough or how you'll never be as good, your level of improvement is just going to be stumped. Furthermore, you have to remember, we all learn at different rates. Yes, it may be infuriating that someone can go into SFM for the first time and make some amazing pieces, where you have been using it for 200 hours and you barely know how to pose. However, it really doesn't matter, because we all learn at different speeds, and it's not a problem, because we all eventually evolve and develop, no longer how long it takes us. Sometimes it's not going to be your day. Your mind is going to be a melted mush, and you won't really be able to think of any ideas. Personally, this happens to me all the time, and yeah, it's infuriating. However, you need to realise this is just one day, and that you won't always feel like this. Maybe you'll want to create something that just won't work for you. Instead, try and look back to create something different, or take a break and come back to it, trying to create that piece again at a later date. Looking back with a fresh perspective always helps. You have to improve by taking criticism. Sometimes people will be harsh and dickish about it, however good artists will know what to say. Instead of ignoring what people tell you, pay attention to what they say and try to improve upon their feedback. the chances are what they're saying is actually brilliant feedback and it's going to make your work better. So do pay attention. There are so many different places to seek out feedback. Personally, my favourite is Discord, because you can set up various chats with other people and you can just put in your art, and then people will help. So many different artists can talk to you and help out on what you actually want to do, and it can give you feedback on what to change. You can build on what everyone says, and you can make your work better. But if you're too nervous to post your art in a public Discord like this, then just send a message to me or a friend request and I'll try and help you out with your art, and I will give you constructive feedback. See, one of the most important things with feedback is to not take their critique as a personal attack or them trying to offend you, because they are trying to help you. You may get a lot of praise and this one negative comment will stand out to you, but I'm sure that they are actually trying to help. If they're not being a dick, send them a friend request and look for further tips they want to give you, because there's nothing wrong with constructive feedback. If you constantly get told, your art is amazing, I love your art, you're the best artist, it's just going to get to your head and you won't be able to improve. So you have to pay attention to the constructive feedback that people give you, not just, oh my god, your art is brilliant. Pay attention to everything that everyone says. Well, thanks for watching everyone, and thank you for making 2016 such an amazing year. I feel like I've had a massive growth in my art this year, and I put that down to all the feedback I've been given. Thank you so much. I would like to thank some specific people, but I really don't think I need to. You all know who you are, and you all know what you've done for me. You've all made 2016 an amazing year, and I can't wait to spend 2017 with you again. Thank you.